Good morning, students. I hope you all are fit and happy. So, dear students, today we are going to study tissue culture technique. So, this method it is also known as micropropagation. So, it is the process of growing new plants by cell culture or tissue culture technique. So, in this method, what you need to do is you have to take a small piece of tissue, and that tissue it is meristematic in nature, means it consists of actively dividing cells, and this is known as explant. And this explant, as you can see, we have taken, and it is kept into the nutrient medium under aseptic conditions. Means nutrient medium means it is a medium which consists of all the nutrients that are required for the growth of the cells. And this explant it will divide actively and it will form mass of cell, and that is referred to as callus. Now this callus will be again transferred to another fresh nutrient medium, and in the fresh nutrient medium there is presence of plant hormones, growth regulators, that will promote the growth of root and shoot. So from the callus now root and shoot development is initiated, and this callus it will ultimately transfer into new plantlets, and these plantlets they are transferred into the pots which will be filled with the soil, and then we can obtain the new plant from a small piece of tissue. So this is known as tissue culture technique. Now, my dear students, we will learn about sexual reproduction process in plants, and you know that the flower it is the reproductive organ of plant. So let us know the structure of flower. So a flower it consists of basically the four floral whorls. Whorls means parts. So first one it is known as calyx, and this calyx it is made up of sepals. These tiny green leaf like structure they are known as sepals. Then after that the second whorl is corolla, and this is brightly colored, and corolla is made up of petals. So petals are brightly colored to attract insect for pollination. Now, my dear student, let us know about the most important part, that is the male reproductive part of flower, that is known as androecium. This androecium it is also known as stamen, and this stamen it is consisting of two parts, that is anther and filament. As you can see, anther it is a sac-like apical part at the top of the filament, and the filament it is a slender tube-like structure. So that is known as androecium. Then my dear student, let us know about the female reproductive whorl of flower, that is gynoecium, or it is also known as carpel or pistil, and it is consisting of three parts, that is stigma, style and ovary. And inside the ovary you can see ovule is present, and the female gamete or egg it is formed inside the ovule. So this is about the structure of flower. So dear students, let us know the mechanism of sexual reproduction. So there are following steps. First one is pollination, then is fertilization, then after that the third one is formation of seed and fruit, then dispersal of the seeds and fruit, and last is seed germination. So let us learn about the first process, that is pollination. So you know what is pollination? It is the transfer of pollen grains. The pollen grains they are transferred from anther to the stigma of pistil. So the transfer of the pollen grains from anther to the stigma of pistil is known as pollination. So my dear students, this pollination process in plants it is of two types, that is self-pollination and cross-pollination. So let us learn about first of all the self-pollination. So self-pollination basically take place within the same flower or between two flowers which are present on the same plant. As you can see here in this picture, the A and B, just focus on A and B flower. So this is the self pollination process growing on, that is in A flower you are observing the transfer of the pollen grains from the anther to the stigma in the A flower itself, or in the B part you can see the pollen grains, they are transferred from one flower to another, but both the flowers they are on the same plant. So this is self pollination. The next step we observe the cross pollination. Cross pollination is the transfer of the pollen grains from one flower to another flower, and this pollination process it is between two separate plants, but the separate plants they are of same kind. So cross pollination occurs between two flowers on two separate plants of same kind. So let us know, my dear students, the agents of pollination. Means pollination process can be achieved with the help of insect, wind and water. So let us know about pollination by insect. Here are some characters of insect pollinated flower. So as you can see here in this picture, the insect pollinated flower, it is brightly colored to attract the insect for pollination. Next, the nectaries are present in this flower. That nectaries produce nectar, which is a sugary substance for the insects, and sweet smell and bright color is also attracting the insect. So these are some of the general characters of insect pollinated flowers. Let us know about the pollination by wind. So in wind pollinated flowers, the flowers most important character is that the flowers they are small, they are dull color, they are white, since no need of they do not need to produce nectar, since the pollination is taking place with the help of wind. And the pollens need to be dry and small and light. The reason is that they have to be carried easily by wind. And the flowers they have long anthers and that are extended out of the flower. Let us learn about the pollination by water. So water pollination occurs in aquatic plants such as Hydrilla and Vallisneria. Here, my dear students, the flowers they are small, they are light. So small and light flowers help them in floating, and male and female flowers they are present on separate plants. So dear student, let us learn about the another process, that is artificial pollination. Artificial pollination, it is also known as hybridization. Now let us learn about the steps in this artificial pollination process. So the first step is you have to select the flower, selection of flower. So you will be selecting the two flowers. For example, the flowers they must be having the desirable characters, such as the two flowers which you have selected, they show high yield, they show disease resistance. So these are the desired characters in plant. Then after that, next step is emasculation. Emasculation means removal of the male character. So removal of the anthers from a bisexual flower, it is known as emasculation. Since in the bisexual flower now we have removed the anthers, the male part, now the only reproductive structure part that is left in that flower is female part, that is gynoecium. So that same flower will be treated as female flower. In the third step, my dear students, you have to transfer the anthers, pollen grains from anthers from the different plant which shows the desirable character to the same female flower, and this is known as pollination. After that, these flower it is covered with polythene bag to avoid pollination from unknown source. So this is how artificial pollination process is achieved. What is the use of this process? The use is that we can obtain the plants from hybrid seed, that is hybrid plants can be produced, and the hybrid plant which is produced, it is disease resistant varieties and high yielding characters are observed in such plants, and these plants they can grow and mature early, and they have a better quality of flowers and seeds. So these are some of the advantages of artificial pollination. So this is all for today. Take care everyone.